All right, I think we can kick things off as people join in and jump in. Hello, good evening. Welcome to everyone joining us tonight for this conversation. Welcome to Quidax. I'm Dara Fumi. I'm the social media manager and community manager here at Quidax. I'm happy to be your host tonight. We are discussing the newly launched P2P on Quidax. It's been a long time coming, and this was one of the things that we discussed and promised during the last time that we met. The last time we met on a call like this was when we just launched the new Quidax app, and it was a long series of conversations we had, and we promised new features and new additions to the Quidax app on those calls. And today we are here to share an update on, one of the new things that are live on Quidax, and that is the P2P. You would have noticed and received a lot of information, a lot of updates, a lot of announcements around the P2P. And I'm joined tonight by Deborah Awili and Aremu to take us through the new launch of the P2P, to share the journey, take your questions. They will share a few things with us for a bit before we open the floor for questions. Just an update before I hand over to Deborah. We promised that 10 people on this call will be going home with 10,000 naira for joining us and participating in this conversation. I'm going to drop a link to a form in the chat box. It contains information you need to participate and stand a chance to win. So look out for that and have fun. Hi, Deborah. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Dara.
Good to have you. Good to have you. We are here to discuss a very important update on Quidax, and the floor is yours. Take us through the Quidax P2P.
All right, thank you so much, Dara. And I think I'm particularly excited about this one because it's a long time coming, really. So I'll quickly touch on a few things. I will touch on why we actually built P2P, what problem we're trying to solve, who P2P is for, and why did we launch it, and also how is it different from instant swap, and also how we would imagine instant swap and P2P side by side. So I will just touch on why or what the situation was before P2P, because it's good to even walk from the problem. So why did we build P2P? Why P2P? So I would say that we worked on P2P because we wanted to actually provide more options for our users in terms of the market rate. So let's be honest, right? We've, as in prior to even, I'll say years before, we had, problems moving, NGN to crypto. It's not always been smooth. And we also had issues where, or I won't call it issue per se, but we had a situation where, you have to basically buy and sell based on the quote that was given to you by the platform or by the exchange, right? And many people had like they wanted options. I want to be able to buy and sell, based on the options, multiple options that I can choose from, and that's where P2P came in, where there's a marketplace where you can see, different, offers from merchants, and you can choose to, accept, or, you can like choose to accept or reject. So that option was actually like a big thing. And even beyond having options where you can actually trade or options to trade, we also had like power users or merchants that could provide liquidity. And there was no official way to serve the community inside of Quidax. So we had to close this gap. So I would say that one way or one thing that P2P is doing right now is that it's helping merchants make more money by merchants coming aboard, providing liquidity, and you can set your rates, and even beyond that, for the customers who want to interact with that rate, you have options. It's a marketplace. You can, browse through different offers, and you can choose the one that that fits that you actually prefer at the time. um Even so, still dwelling on the problem that we're trying to solve, right? um I would say that we want a situation where we can provide, you know more options, better rates for our customers, right? We don't want you to be stuck on one quote, either from the platform or even from, limited people. We want you to be able to see multiple offers from verified merchants, and we want you to be able to compare prices. We want you to be able to compare limits, and then you can pick what fits. And also, because trades are escrow protected, your crypto is locked safely until both sides do their part. So you can be rest assured that, when you are coming on board, even as a buyer or a seller, right? Like, be rest assured that, we are actually, we kind of, not kind of, we are protecting both parties, right? Using an escrow protection logic. And if anything should even go off, right, you can raise a dispute, and our customer success team is, there to step in, to help you out with any issue that you might have. Now, in terms of who P2P is for and why we even launched it, right, I'll say that P2P is, sorry, some reasons. Can I take questions now?
Not at this time. At
Okay.
the end of, yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right, I will say that P2P is for everyday users who want the best available rate and can do a quick bank transfer, right? I will say P2P is also for merchants who want to provide liquidity safely and at scale and want to like make extra income. I will say that P2P is also for people and even like small SMEs, like who get paid in crypto and they need like a reliable, engine cash out process. So in summary, P2P is for everyone, right? So if you have liquidity, you can come on board as a merchant or a market maker. If you want, you trade crypto on a daily and you want to get like the best rate, best available rate, you can come on now. Quidax no P2P. And why now? You might be asking, why do we have P2P now? Well, you asked and we listened, right? This request has been something that has been pouring in, and it's been a request because it's been a need, because we actually do listen to our customers and we try to feel the pulse of our customers as well, and that's why we provided P2P. And with P2P, yeah, you can trade easily and safely. Now you might be asking, how is this different from instant swap? Like, why do we have instant swap and P2P side by side? Well, think of instant swap as fast lane, right? And Quidax is like your counterparty. You accept like a single quote and you are done in seconds. Instant swap on Quidax, like you can be done in seconds, literally, right? And think of P2P like as the value lane, where you have like multiple offers and you can choose like the best price, right? You can choose the best limit. You can choose which offer suits you best. So I'll say in summary, like if you want speed and sensitivity and you want speed, basically you can do the ins as well. But if you want like best available rates, and even higher limits as well, you can actually go to our P2P. And both features would actually coexist side by side, because they are built for different jobs, they are built for different people. And on a calm day, you can just check your P2P for a better rate. You can check your P2P and not trade. But if you're in a rush, you can take the instant swap. But not to say that you cannot instantly do P2P, but just to like buttress on how both features can actually coexist side by side, right? And it will serve to market. So if you feel like, oh, I at this point I need better rates, or I need offers, or I need options. So emphasis on options, right? P2P is your go-to. If you're not particularly bothered about options, you can still continue with our instant swap.
Thank you, Deborah. I think that was very explanatory and interesting. So P2P offers you options, offers you, offers basically, right, for you to pick from. And
Yeah.
instant swap is still the same that we know, quick transactions and fast transactions. Okay, that is very cool. All right. We're going to go on to our Remo now to just share, okay, to just share how P2P works, right? If you're on this call, we'll run a poll now to check how many people have actually been able to use P2P. But I'll leave the floor to our remote to walk us through the experience of using P2P and maybe how that also is different from using Instant Swap in terms of the actual transactions. Hi, Aremo.
Okay, sorry, can you hear me? All right, cool.
Yes.
Good evening, Dara, and good day, everyone, from anywhere you might be joining from. My name is Aremu, and yeah, P2P is live, and we are super excited that some people are using it already, and for those who are not using it already, or even wondering where P2P is within our system. So first thing is, if you have the Quidax app, just go to the App Store or Play Store and make sure that you have the latest version of the apps. And something you're going to observe is when you log in into the app, when you click on the trade option, before now you used to see order book and instant swap. Then now you see that there are three options, which is P2P. And that's basically your gateway into the marketplace, right? On that page, there are three tabs, essentially. There is the buy tab, the sell tab, and the ads tab, right? And as you are aware, or for those who may not know, there are two sides to P2P. There's the merchant side and there is the user side. The merchants are the ones who set prices or who basically place ads for either selling USDT or buying USDT, whatever the case may be. So if you're not a merchant and you have some USDT you want to sell, that means you want to get some quick Naira. Naira is not quick, but yeah, you want to get Naira, right? Basically, just click on the sell side and then place a sell trade. You'll see a variety of options. There are merchants who today have put out ads, right? And you will see that there are different prices, just like Deborah said, right, that you can select from, right? And you see things like the number of trades that the merchant has completed. You see what their completion rate is on the ad, right? So that helps you to make informed decision about the kind of merchants that you're engaging with, and just to ensure that you are not engaging with people who are fraudulent. Of course, we do our very best to ensure that the people who get to be merchants of Quidax are people that are verified and we get all of the necessary documentation. But then the risk sometimes still falls in your hands to be sure that you do your due diligence, because it's a marketplace, more like an e-commerce platform. What Quidax has done is provided the marketplace. You still need to shine your eye very well. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you would like to be a merchant, if you click on my ads, you are going to see a button that takes you through the flow for becoming a merchant. And once you submit your merchant application, our team is going to get that. They're going to review it. If there is need for additional documentation for you to become a merchant, they're going to share that with you. And you, of course, can fix that and you can reapply again. I think overall, that's pretty much the way the P2P system works, right? So just like Darafumi said and Deborah said, the P2P system is not a replacement for any of our existing features, but rather to provide more options for our customers. And also one thing you should bear in mind is that for P2P, you have a separate wallet for your P2P wallet, and you have a separate wallet for like your normal wallet. So one thing you also observe is that under your wallet screen, inside of the mobile apps, before you used to have cash and crypto, now you're going to see cash, crypto, and P2P, and you see USDT being listed under P2P. If you click on USDT, you'll see a transfer button, which basically allows you to transfer money either from your spot wallet to your P2P wallet or from your P2P wallet to your spot wallet. So what that means is that you can use your USDT to trade on the P2P, which means you can buy USDT, for example, bring that USDT and go place a trade on the other book or go do an instant swap. So it's not a replacement. Everything basically works together. And like Deb said also, there are systems in place to ensure that your funds are safe. So let's say, for example, you place an order on an ad and the merchant decides to close that ad. We do not close that transaction. so nobody loses money. So that money is held in escrow until that transaction is completed. So whether you or the merchant decides to cancel that order, that money is held and nobody has access to it until that transaction is actually completed. So yeah, that's pretty much the status of P2P right now. We look forward to everyone here on this call using it. Talk to your friends, people in your community to try out the P2P product. The team is proactively working on improving the experience for P2P, right? So we are really looking forward to your feedback. Please feel free to share your feedback. And yeah, this is just a starting point for us. Yeah, thank you. Back to you, Darafam.
Thank you very much, Arimo. That explanation, I could see it in my head as you were explaining. That was quite explanatory. So thank you for that. Guys, there's a poll that I've put out to ask if you've started using P2P. If you people have already started using P2P, but I hope that if you've not, that this call has helped you to, make that decision to actually try out P2P. Let's know how it goes. Let's know your experience. You can also drop your questions in the Q&A box. Just click on where you can find more options and you can see Q&A and you drop your questions in there. But I think a few hands were raised earlier. So if you do have a question, please raise your hand and we can grant you access to speak. Somebody said that the link I shared for the form isn't working. I believe that you will need to be signed in. So that may be why you are not able to access the form, but refresh and try again. A few entries have already been getting in, so some people are able to actually access the form. All right. Hello, Ebi. Can I call you Ebi? Because I don't want to ruin the pronunciation of your name. Can you unmute? Are you there? Oh. Ebi Keniye, we're waiting for you to share your question with us, if you can. I'm looking through the Q&A for more questions. Okay, looks like more people are having issues with the link. I will check out the link again, okay, and ensure that... Hi, Abby, we can see you, but we can't hear you. You have to unmute the mic button. Click on it if you can see it. But people, Samuel, thank you. You said no questions. All right, cool.
Good evening.
Hello.
I recommended this app to a friend of mine some weeks ago, and she was complaining that the app is not on Play Store or App Store, Google Play Store or App Store. Like she can't find it. It's not available for
In
Nigerians. I was
Nigeria.
like,
That
she
is
searched for it for like 3 to 4 times. She couldn't get it. So
okay.
I thought maybe it's not a Nigerian app. Only for me to discover it's from you guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a way you guys can make it open for everybody.
Well, Arimu, do you want to take this? Because this seems like a very unusual issue. Yes.
Okay, so if the person is not able to find the Quidax app, because like crypto, there is regulation around cryptocurrency nowadays, right? So you can't just list your app like anywhere. So a bunch of people usually set the location of their app store to maybe the US, right? So something you want to confirm with your friend is the fact that their app store location is actually Nigeria and not US, because right now we are not licensed to be able to operate in that market, though there is work that is going on, like with the compliance and legal team, to ensure that we expand our horizon. But at the moment, we are not able to serve those markets. So just ensure that the person's Google Play Store location or App Store location is Nigeria, and they will be able to find the app. So that's probably the issue that you're having, that the person is having. Did you get that?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you for that question. Okay. All right. Looking through, I think we've seen a few more questions that are not necessarily about. Okay, so somebody asked, how do we apply to be a merchant? I think that Aremo already gave this explanation, but if you want to take it once more, um, please help answer this question on how to become a merchant with P2P. Hi,
Okay,
Debs.
You
Are you
wanna-
speaking?
okay, Debs.
no, I was okay. So basically, so you need to have the app updated to the latest version. So please go to the App Store or Play Store and update your Quidax Pro app. That's the only way you can even see P2P on the app. Now, when you've updated your app, you navigate to the home page and then you click on the trade icon. You will see once you click on the trade icon, you'll see the option for P2P. When you click on P2P on the mobile app, you can navigate to My Ads and you'll see the option to apply to be a merchant. The application is very easy, super easy. Once you click on, once you accept the terms and conditions and also accept the um, the option to debit your P2P wallet of with $1, and then you click apply, the application goes to our admin and they see your application and then they accept it. Now, some things that you need to note. First, you need to ensure that you have sufficient funds in your P2P wallet. Like Arabu mentioned, so now we have a P2P wallet, right? So you need to ensure that your wallet is sufficiently funded. And one way to fund your P2P wallet is to move money from your sports wallet to your P2P wallet. That's one thing you need to note. The second thing that you need to note is that you also need to be on advanced KYC. So please, if you're coming on board to apply as a merchant, please ensure that you have upgraded your KYC from basic to the advanced KYC. The process to upgrade your KYC is on the app. You would see it under your profile. So ensure that your KYC is upgraded. That gives you more chance. That increases your chance of acceptance when you apply. So yeah, please let me know if that answers your question.
Thank you, Debs. Is there a timeline for how long it takes to get approved as a merchant?
Um, Within hours, basically, within hours, your application should get approved.
Okay. Um, Isaac asked, thank you for this session. He said, I would just want to ask how the prices of merchants are verified so they are not too high. Then, in addition, he's asked, will there be options for merchant success rate? I think this was already mentioned, but he's also asking about success rates and, checking, yeah, to evaluate your experience with a merchant. And then lastly, recommending highly successful and good merchants on the platform. So perhaps you can walk us through what that selection process is in terms of who we're actually looking for when we pick merchants or when we approve a merchant's application.
Okay. So I will start with the last question. So the requirements for being a merchant. So like I mentioned before, you need to be a customer on Quidax first of all. So you need to have like a Quidax account. Your KYC needs to be on an advanced level KYC. Then also you need to have sufficient funds in your P2P wallet. And you also need to have some sort of good reputation, not some sort, you need to have good reputation because our in-house team, they look out, they actually check to see that you haven't like performed any form of fraudulent transaction within the Quidax ecosystem. We look at your KYC, we check that documents that you've provided, they are legit and accurate. We also look at your transaction behavior basically, and we also look at cases where we ensure that you haven't been flagged before as a fraudulent person. So some checks are being done by the compliance team. But the major thing is that you need to ensure that your P2P wallet is funded and you need to be on advanced KYC. The second question was about, please remind me, Dara, for me.
Give me a sec. Let me confirm. It was actually an interesting one. Hold on. Yes, he asked that how do we check the prices of merchants, or the prices that merchants quote, to check that they're not too high, to verify that they're not too high.
Yeah, so we actually regulate that so that it's not so far from the market price, because we want it to be competitive. So we we actually manage that in-house. We ensure that it's not too far from the market rate. Then there was a question about something about success rates, merchants.
Are we able to give evaluations or success rates, or evaluate our experience with the merchants after completing P2P?
Yeah, very good question. And we're actually working on that. It's part of the things that we have in our backlog, where after you've completed a trade, be you a merchant or a customer, you can rate the counterparty. So you can give some sort of ratings, to the counterparty, and that affects the trader score. So watch out soon. We're going to have ratings and reviews on the P2P app very soon.
Thank you for that. I think we have taken quite a bit of the questions, but I guess some people joined late and missed some of the updates that we shared. But this person did ask, and Miss Alhaji Amiso, actually no, his was a positive feedback, not a question. Okay, it was Michael's question. Michael said, "How will users' funds be secured during a P2P trade?" He said, "Is it through escrow systems, or is it through smart contracts? And what measures are we putting in place to prevent fraud and chargebacks?"
Yeah,
So how
so
do we secure funds, and how do we prevent fraud?
like my colleague Arimo mentioned, so right now we use an escrow system, and your funds are provided, so your funds are saved, rather they are locked until the counterparty confirms. So a typical example would be, um, I am a customer who is coming to interact with Aramo's trade, and I'm going to give him Naira and he's going to give me USDT. Now, when I transfer my Naira to Aramo and I click I have paid, that funds is still locked until Aremo says release. However, if Aremo is trying to be dodgy, right, and is saying he's not going to release my USDT, I can raise a dispute almost immediately. So I can raise a dispute and provide proof of payment. And our team will be super fast in resolving that. So once you provide proof, we go through the documents that, or the proof or the receipts that you've provided, and we see that, oh, truly, I actually transferred this money to RMO, would personally release the funds to you. So, and it works, both ways. So, to answer your question, we use an escrow system, and we've provided options for you to actually like raise disputes in cases where someone does not release your funds, even when you've actually like made the transfer. And it could even be a case of, oh, probably the person is not online or something. But yeah, there are options to manage that process.
Thank you for that helpful input, Debs. I think this is a very interesting question. I just think you should address it. Timothy said, he has a question about the charges on P2P in case he wants to transfer his funds from P2P to an external wallet. Is that something that can happen? Can you transfer from P2P to external wallet? I know that Arimu mentioned, when you mentioned transfer, you mentioned transferring from your spot account to your P2P and vice versa. Is there such a thing as transferring from P2P to an external wallet?
I'm not very sure that can happen. But I'll let Arimo confirm that.
Okay, yeah. So like I mentioned, our wallet system for P2P and your normal trades are separate, right? Your P2P wallet is only used for carrying out P2P transactions. So you can buy USDT or you can sell USDT. If you need to move that USDT outside of Quidax, you will need to transfer that USDT from your P2P wallet to your normal crypto wallet, right? So when the funds is in your normal crypto wallet, then it's basically business as usual. What that means is that if you want to transfer, let's say 10 USDT to somebody like outside of Quidax, the normal network and gas fees is basically what applies, right? So there's no separate fees that is being charged when you are moving funds from your P2P wallet to your normal wallet. And you cannot move your P2P money or money in your P2P wallet to external accounts, because that would mean that things can get a bit dodgy and we don't want that situation. So there's that separation of concern. So P2P wallet for P2P transactions, funds can move to and fro your normal crypto wallet or from the P2P wallet. I hope that answers the question.
I think that does answer the question. So your P2P wallet is only for the P2P transactions. If you want to transfer outside of Quidax, transfer to your spot account, and then you can continue with your normal crypto transactions. Okay, I think we've run through the questions now, but this person did ask, as a vendor, what are the limits to posting buy and sell ads on the platform? He also asked what is the requirement, but I think we've discussed the requirements a few times, but I guess that Debs can just touch on what the limits are in terms of posting ads and what that looks like. Debs, before you answer that question, I just want to also share that the link that was shared was to register, basically, that you came on this call and to allow us to select 10 winners for the 10,000 naira we're giving to each person for coming through. So I'm picking our winners randomly, but there are a few requirements in the form for you to go through. I've shared the form link a few times. I'm not sure why you're not able to click on it, but I will also post the link to that form in the Telegram community, so you can jump into our community and try to click on it once again. So Deborah, the question was, what are the limits for a vendor to post buy and sell ads on Quidax P2P?
Okay, so for an entry level merchant, so an entry level merchant is someone that just started trading as a merchant within our platform. You can post 3 buy and sell ads, but over time, when you then progress and you trade more, and then you upgrade your merchant tier from the basic to the super merchant, then you can now post as much as 8 ads on the platform.
So there are different tiers to becoming a merchant, basically. There's like the entry level where you have up to 3 ads, right? And once you prove yourself and you basically grow up within the Quidax P2P ecosystem, then you have more opportunity to post even more ads.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very cool. Well, thank you, Deborah, for taking us through this conversation. Thank you so much, Aremo, as well, for all of your insights and input. I think that really brings us to the end of this conversation. I am happy to see that people saying they're going to try out P2P now after this call. So that's pretty exciting. Looking forward to all of your experiences with P2P and with the Quidax app as a whole. Be on the lookout for Deborah. Is there anything you can hint us as to upcoming updates or features to expect? Maybe the next time we're going to be having a call like this. What is down the line for Quidax?
So yes, you can definitely expect more features. Like I hinted, there will be ratings and reviews. We want options for people to be able to rate and review merchants that they've traded with. Would also put in more safety options because P2P is about safety. Would also put in more. We would have places where we can actually put badges So there'll be, badges for high performing traders as well. So you know that so it's a sort of kind of competition, right? Where, oh, I have to outperform this next person. So you would have like a special badge, to your name. And we would also have things around, improving the notification system, ensuring that, we reach you on via different channels, be it emails, be it push notifications, be it in-app notifications, you know. So expect this improvement. And would also like, I know some people have talked about how we can introduce NGN wallet. So basically funding your NGN wallet and the trade happening within Quidax. So that is also a conversation that is happening within the team. So we're also like looking into that. So there are more goodies to come basically. So just keep an eye out.
Cool. We're excited about that. Thank you so much. I want us to just address this final question. It's been addressed several times, but this person, Shafi, is asking one more time. So I guess that can be our closing question for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I hope this has been insightful. Shafi is asking us how we handle the situation whereby the sellers refuse to release a coin to the buyer after the buyers transfer the money, or there's a conflict somehow within a transaction. What's our process for handling conflict?
Okay. So in that situation, please raise a dispute, and you can share your proof with our internal team, and they'll review it. And in no time, right, if that money was truly transferred, it will be ruled in your favor. So we'll personally release the crypto to you, or yeah, yeah. So basically, we have a dispute system or an appeal. So it's dispute or appeal. You can just click on the button, and our internal team, they are on standby to attend to the appeal, and it's super easy to do.
Thank you, Debs. Well, I will reference this question as part of my closing. This person said, "What are the signs to see if a merchant is is not real?" But I would say that if a merchant has been listed on Quidax, he has gone through very, very strict requirements and checks and all of it. However, obviously, conflicts can still happen, and conflict to be treated on a one-on-one basis, right? And will take due diligence to ensure that justice is served. So the whole point of the P2P is that you can trust the service that we're offering you. But if there are any issues, we're always on hand to help and assist you. Guys, so many questions are still coming in. We're going to be here all night. But I think this is a good question, though, from Chatty David. Chatty said, what are the common mistakes you see new P2P traders make, and how can they avoid them? What are some mistakes that new P2P traders make, and how can we avoid them? Debs, answer this question and just like share the grace so it can go. Thank you.
So I think the ones that come to mind right now is not reading instructions. So please, when you are trading, when they say shine your eyes, right? Please read the instructions set by the merchant. So merchants will say that, oh, the accounts that you should transfer from should match the name on your Quidax, right? And so merchants they can be petty, and if that does not apply, they can say, I might choose not to release the asset. So please read instructions, very, very important. Also, please go through the profile of the person that you're about to trade with. So there is option for you to like see how many trades this person has performed. There's the option to like basically like a very short profile thing that you can look at. So please go through, so that again we've provided you with options. So explore as much options as you can, and read through, check people's profile before you trade with them. Also, I think this is even the most important one. Don't take your trades off Quidax. Any trade that is taken off platform, we don't have control over. So in a situation where you're trading with this merchant, and then you guys agree to take the trade off platform, and then you come back to us and say, oh, this person has scammed me, our hand no day. So we can't control that. So ensure that you don't take the trades off platform. Those are like the three that comes to mind right now. So to just summarize, read instructions very well, go through the profile of the person you're trading with, and don't take the trades off platform.
Thank you very, very, very much, Deborah and Aremu. It's been an exciting session, guys. Any question that hasn't been answered will be addressed subsequently. We're going to post out a post on frequently asked questions. We'll send an email, we'll upload our blog post. Don't worry, we're here for you and we're going to help you and us make P2P successful. It's been a great time hanging out with you. I can't wait to see the next updates that we share with the community. Thank you all for joining us on this call, and good night. Bye.
Thank you too for being a wonderful host. Good night.
Good night. I'm back now.